Hello, welcome to another edition of my class. Today we'll be talking about partial fraction. But before we talk about partial fraction, we need to know the meaning of fraction. Fraction is a part of a whole. We have different types of fractions. We have proper fraction, example of proper fraction, we have 1/2. We also have improper fraction. Example of improper fraction, we have 4/3. We also have mixed fractions. Example, we have 2/1/2. Then we'll also talk about algebraic fractions. Algebraic fractions are fractions that are mixed with letters. Examples of algebraic fractions, we have x/2, we have 3x/4, we have x/5, and so on and so forth. Now, if we want to add two algebraic fractions, let's say we want to add x plus 2 plus 3/4x. How do we add two algebraic fractions? Bounded together by a plus sign. All we need to do is just to find the LCM. And the LCM between 2 and 4x is 4x. So 4x divided by 2 is 2x. 2x times x, we have 2x squared. Plus 4x divided by 4x is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Of course, you can't add 2x squared plus 3 because they are not the same. Now, this part is what we call partial fraction. Now, today we'll be looking at how to resolve this part to this part. So what we're saying is how to resolve a partial fraction to two algebraic fractions bounded together by either a plus sign or a minus sign, depending on the kind of question you've been asked. Now let's see an example. We are asked to resolve 2x plus 11/x minus 2x plus 3 into partial fraction. Now, of course, first you notice that the denominator here we have just 2. So that's to tell us that for us to resolve this into partial fraction, we have two algebraic fractions. So, since we know that this is the partial fraction, this should be equivalent to, we want to resolve it to this form, two algebraic fractions. Two algebraic fractions. Now, we have 2x plus 11/x minus 2 and x plus 3. This should be equivalent to, the LCM between these two is x minus 2 and x plus 3. Now, if I multiply a/x minus 2 by the LCM, I'm left with ax plus 3 plus, if I multiply b/x plus 3 with the LCM, I'll be left with bx minus 2. Again, you will notice that we have the same LCM, which are the denominator, so I can just strike them out. So I'll be left with 2x plus 11 is equals to ax plus 3 plus b minus 2. Now for me to find a or b, all I need to do is, if I put my x as 2 here, definitely b becomes 0, I'll be left with a. Or if I put my x as minus 3 here, definitely minus 3 plus 3 is 0, 0 times a is still 0, I'll be left with b. So you can decide to put your x as minus 3 or x as 2. So put x equals to minus 3. Now if I do that, I'll have 2 times minus 3, a minus 3 plus 3 plus b minus 3 minus 2. Now 2 times minus 3 will give me minus 6. Minus 6 plus 11, I'll be left with 5. So 5 is equals to minus 3 plus 3 is 0, 0 times a is 0. So I can strike this out because this will give me 0. So I'm left with minus 3 minus 2 will give me minus 5. Minus 5 times b, I'll be left with minus 5b. Now, for me to find my b, I need to divide both sides by minus 5. So that will give me minus 1. So if my b is minus 1, how do I find my a? Again, I'll put my a, my x to be 2. Now if I do that, definitely my b will become 0. I'll be left with a. So I can find my a from there. Now from here I have 2 times 2 plus 11 is equal to a bracket 2 plus 3 plus b 2 minus 2. So 2 times 2 will give me 4, 4 plus 11, and that will give me 15. 15 is equals to 2 plus 3, that will give me 5. 5 times a, I'll have my 5a. Of course, this will give me my 0. So from here, I'll divide both sides by 5. I'll be left with a to be 3. Now quickly, I'll just go to this side and change my value of a to be 3 and my value of b to be minus 1. So I can just do this. My a is 3, this is minus, and this is 1. Now this is how I resolve my partial fraction. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my YouTube